Today in Madden 23, I am going to be scoring a touchdown with every single starting quarterback in the NFL. So here we go. We are starting off with Justin Fields of the Chicago Bears, and this guy is having a great second half of the season. Justin Fields, and just to clear a few things up really quickly, we play these on arcade mode on rookie. We're playing on low difficulty. These videos are for fun. We have a ton of videos on the channel with all Madden difficulty. So if you guys want sweaty gameplay, go check that out online, offline, all Madden. But for these type of videos, we are playing for fun, and Justin Fields has an absolute cannon, but he overthrows Chase Claypool for a sure touchdown. Let's try that again. Also, we're going in alphabetical order of the team name, not the city. So the Bears are BE, which is the first team, and there it is. This time we got Chase Claypool, so the Bears are done. That leads us to the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, and you know where we're going. When we have Joe Burrow and we have Jamar Chase, how are we not going to Jamar Chase to start this off with a 50-yard pickup? And now we look for the gritty. We look for the touchdown for Jamar Chase. And what kind of rack we put him on? You can't really hot route Jamar Chase. What abilities does he have? But Joe Burrow, let's take a look at that. Run and gun X Factor, sideline Deadeye, fearless, set feet lead. So he is elite, obviously. Let's high pass this. Jamar, almost a sick catch. Couldn't quite get it right there on that pass, but how about PA crossers? Roll out. Joe Burrow on the run. Jamar Chase. And our favorite time of the video, we're going to be in a couple of this video. It's Jamar Chase hitting the gritty. A few things have changed since we made this video before the season started. Not everybody is the starting quarterback for their NFL team like they were at the beginning of the season, but you know Josh Allen still is the starting QB for the Buffalo Bills, and we're taking this 73 yards to the end zone in the snow in Buffalo. I remember making this video at the beginning of the year and thinking Russell Wilson was going to have an amazing season and put the Broncos back on the map of the AFC West. I was very wrong about that because the Broncos are one of the worst offenses, if not the worst offense in the entire NFL. We'll see what happens in year 2 for Russ. Maybe he can get back to that Super Bowl winning form. Roll out, though. He's still pretty good in Madden, though. He has a superstar ability. He's still a decent overall, and he has Russell Wilson, so they still do give him some pretty good stats in this game. But they have not seen a lot of touchdowns from Russell Wilson. I think he has more bathrooms in his house than he has touchdowns. That's a real stat. You can look that up if you don't believe me. But he's getting a touchdown in this video, but down to the 1. 3 for 3, 74 yards, more yards passing than he's thrown for the entire year. But Russell Wilson did get injured last week, so we do wish him a speedy recovery. We want to see Russell Wilson on the field, all jokes aside. Can we roll out? Have a little rollout Russell Wilson run for the touchdown. Here is our first change at quarterback this season. We had Jacoby Brissett at the start of the year. Now it's Deshaun Watson for the Cleveland Browns. He has not played good since coming back, but he hasn't played in about 2 years. So you're going to have to wait to see that top 5 QB that we had with Deshaun Watson his years in Houston. We'll see what happens with him over the course of time. But let's see if we get Amari Cooper right here. He can. Can Amari get all the way? No, Jair is going to bring him down. But Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback in the league. Let's roll out with Watson here. Look back right across the middle. Kareem Hunt wide open. There it is. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers up next, and we know who the QB is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, obviously, but they are not looking very good right now. I don't know what's going on in Tampa Bay. Mike Evans isn't looking great with Tom Brady. Tom Brady himself is kind of looking washed at this point. Maybe he shouldn't have came back this season, but you can never count him out come playoff time, and they do have a chance to get into the playoffs because their division is so horrible. Lob that one out for Chris Godwin. Can he keep it going? Chris Godwin into the end zone. We will see what Tom Brady and the Bucs have in store for us the rest of the year. Next up is the Arizona Cardinals, and Kyler Murray sadly goes down with that torn ACL. We're wishing him a speedy recovery. But for now, the starting QB for this team is going to be Colt McCoy, and I missed Hollywood Brown for a while right there, but luckily I did get it to him for a 44-yard pickup. And now we look for D-Hop. If D-Hop's one-on-one, he's double-teamed. Now he's one-on-one. You throw it to D-Hop, and he almost made that grab. I know not the season that Cardinals fans were looking forward to. With all these weapons on offense, you thought it would be a better season. But sadly, with Kyler going out, season wasn't that good for you guys anyway. But he will be back next year. Hopefully, he doesn't have to miss too much of the season next year. But let's go. I messed up. I was throwing it to Hopkins. Hollywood caught that, but somebody was out of bounds. Let's do that again and get it to Hopkins this time. Let's see what we got. Yeah, you're not guarding Diop one-on-one on a slant right there. Thank you. Next up, it's the Chargers and Justin Herbert. And Justin Herbert, I feel like people either think he's overrated or underrated. I think he's very, very good. I'm a Giants fan, but my second favorite team is the Chargers. I used to like them when LT played for them, and I've always liked the Chargers. Their jerseys, their colors, all that. So I'm rooting for Justin Herbert every time they play. And what a catch right there by Mike Williams. But Justin Herbert has all the talent you could want. cannon of an arm. He has the size. He has all the intangibles. He just has to win a playoff game, and we'll see if he can do that this year. They'll probably sneak in as a wild card spot in the AFC. With Keenan Allen, Mike Williams back, this team's going to be dangerous. It's going to be tough to beat this team, though. The Kansas City Chiefs. This is the team that's always in the way of the Los Angeles Chargers and the entire AFC. 4 straight AFC Championship games. 2 Super Bowl appearances. MVP already from Mahomes has a chance at another this year. Him and Jalen Hurts, one of these guys are going to win it. Who is going to win it? We will see. But Mahomes is so good. Kelsey obviously so good. And let's see what we can do with the Chiefs. Kelsey wide open. Who else but Travis Kelsey? I think Valdez-Scantling could get open over the top right here. Yep, high pass it. Perfect pass right there from Patrick Mahomes. It really is just easy with that team. Colts are an interesting team because they are missing their quarterback for the future. Right now, Matt Ryan's like a placeholder. He was benched earlier this season for Sam Ehlinger, if that's how you pronounce his name. He wasn't very good. Jeff Saturday takes over the team. They put Matt Ryan back in. I think they won 1 game under Saturday, but they need a QB of the future. They need somebody out of the draft. They always sign other teams' quarterbacks that nobody else wants. Whenever a team wants to get rid of their quarterback, they go to the Colts. Phillip Rivers was done in LA. You had Carson Wentz was done in Philadelphia. Now you have Matt Ryan done in Atlanta. Who's going to make it next year? Is it going to be Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield? Who's going to start for the Colts next year? Taylor Heineke's a guy that just wins football games for the Commanders. And he hits Terry McLaurin. 1 play, 1 touchdown. Since Taylor Heineke took over, the Commanders have become a playoff team and have a chance to make it. What are we thinking about the Cowboys this year, everybody? Are the Cowboys going to finally make the NFC Championship? Maybe the Super Bowl? They have that defense. Their offense has enough playmakers. CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Zeke's playing pretty solid. We have Michael Gallup getting back into his form here. I don't think they're going to wind up signing OBJ, but you have Dak, you have CeeDee Lamb. This offense is good. Then you have Micah Parsons, all those guys on the defensive side of the ball. If the Cowboys can't make the NFC Championship game this year, there's only 2 teams standing in their way, in my opinion, 49ers and the Eagles. All they need to do is beat one of those teams. They're in the NFC Championship, and if they beat both of them, they are back in the Super Bowl. And what, the first time in like 27 years? We got a PI by Michael Gallup. That was a ridiculous catch. That's why we play on arcade mode in these videos, because that was a great catch. You would never see that on comp play style right there. And was that a PI? I want to see if that was pass interference too. Pass interference on the defense, right? Yes, it is. Touchdown. Now we have the Miami Dolphins, and Tua and the Dolphins were on fire. When this man started, they won. That was until they met the LA Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers the last couple weeks. Now they get the Bills this week. They have been playing great the last few weeks. Tyreek Hill is being Tyreek Hill, but everybody else is going to have to step up. That includes Tua, and you see Tyreek Hill going to take this one to the house. Just give it to Tyreek. Give it to Jalen Waddle. Let your playmaker make the plays, Tua. That brings me to the Eagles, and I thought they'd be good this year. I picked them to win the NFC East, but I didn't think they'd be this good. This guy, Jalen Hurts, is on a whole nother level. Right now, the MVP is his. I don't think it's that close. Mahomes is having a great season, too. But I don't think there's anybody close to this guy, Jalen Hurts. And this is why. This man can run it. He can throw. You want to stack the box? He can throw to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert when he's healthy. Then you give the ball to Miles Sanders. This offense, as a Giants fan watching us play them last week, they were unstoppable. You couldn't stop this team at all. If you want to stop the run, they pass. You want to stop the pass, they run. If this team doesn't make the Super Bowl, I think it'd be a little bit of a disappointment. I'm sure Eagles fans will agree with that. As a Giants fan, I think that they're going to make the Super Bowl. And I don't think it's going to be close. Because they have a game when they can run the ball that they can bring into the postseason. This is exactly how you want to play in the playoffs. If you have this Philadelphia Eagles team first and goal inside the 3-yard line, good luck stopping them. I know I just got stopped there by the CPU, but good luck stopping them in real life. You don't know who's getting the ball. Is it going to be Sanders? Is it going to be Jalen Hurts? Is it going to go RPO to A.J. Brown? You really have no clue with this team. Up next, we have another quarterback change from Marcus Mariota. It's the rookie Desmond Ridder, and I'm not going to lie, I don't watch a lot of college football, so I really don't know much about him. I kind of forgot where the Falcons took him in the draft as well, but he should be getting his first NFL start the day after you guys are seeing this video, if you're watching the day it comes out. So we will see, what can Desmond Ridder do? If you guys watch him in college, feel free to let me know in the comments down below what he can do. What is he best at? Is it throwing it deep? Is it RPO? Is it running with the football? I have no idea what he does, so let me know. This guy, Brock Purdy for the 49ers, he is a legend. He's a legend already. He started, what, 2 games, played 3. He's already a legend in San Francisco. And Debo making a ridiculous catch right there. But Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. Talk about a story. Who would have thought that Brock Purdy would be starting at any point this year? And he's throwing dots to Debo. He's throwing dots to George Kittle. I think Debo's injured in real life right now. Hopefully he comes back very soon. Fast recovery for him. But Kittle, Ayuk, obviously CMC out of the backfield. You do not want to see this 49ers team right now. Daniel. You're not losing us games, Daniel. Daniel Jones is not losing us games this year, but I'll tell you this, he hasn't been winning us many games recently either. I think, what, we were 7-2, and what are we, 7-5-1 now? 7-3 we were. We had a really good record. Now we have a chance to not make the playoffs. Thankfully, Seattle keeps losing, but Detroit might have a chance to make the playoffs over us, which would stink because our record was like 4 or 5 games better than the Lions. I just want to get into the playoffs. I just want to see some playoff football. I know we're not nearly good enough to beat any of these teams, but just to get in the playoffs would be awesome. It's definitely not all Daniel Jones' fault, though. We need an elite wide receiver. It was supposed to be this guy. It was supposed to be Kenny Golladay, but now the Giants fans just cheer if he catches one pass. Trevor Lawrence is finding his way, though, in the NFL. This is a guy that we thought was going to be one of the best QBs coming out of the draft of all time, and now he's finally starting to live up to it. Christian Kirk's playing well. This guy, Zay Jones, is playing really, really good for Trevor Lawrence. But look out for the Jags. They could possibly get in the playoffs, too. This team seems like they just want to play, though, for Mike White. They didn't really want to play for Zach Wilson. That's the way it looked. Talking about Wilson, talk about Garrett Wilson. Definitely has a case for Offensive Player of the Year if he had good quarterback play throughout the entire year. Now for the Lions, I didn't think they'd be this good this season, but I definitely thought they'd be a sneaky team, and they have a chance to make the playoffs. Everybody wants to get rid of Jared Goff. I don't know why, but now he's proven himself this year. Ooh, good throw. Good try right there by DeAndre Swift. But Jared Goff really is proving himself to the haters this year. Everybody was thinking Jared Goff's not the answer, not the long-time solution. For the Detroit Lions, why not? He runs his offense really, really well for Detroit. They are a threat in the NFC. They might sneak into the playoffs, and you wouldn't want to see this team. They are hot right now. DJ Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown is on a mission. He's going crazy. DeAndre Swift, then you get Jameson Williams back. And I just realized we have DJ Chark scoring a touchdown, which means we have a griddy. Who doesn't like a griddy? Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Is this the final time we see him in a video like this as the starting QB for the Green Bay Packers? It is very possible, but if it is the last time, a 99-yard touchdown to Allen Lazard is a way to end it off right there. But who knows? Let me know in the comments down below. Is Aaron Rodgers going to start for the Packers next year? And introducing your starting quarterback for the 2023 Indianapolis Colts, right now on the Panthers, it's Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's going to find his way onto the Colts. It's just going to happen. I just had that feeling. They're not going to stick with Matt Ryan next year. Who knows? Matt Ryan might retire next year. We'll see. That's my guess. They're going to get one of these QBs, like I said before, like a Sam Darnold or a Baker Mayfield. Somebody's going to Indianapolis. Can it be Sam Darnold? But they can sneak into the playoffs too. I talked about the Lions already because their division is so bad. The Buccaneers are what? 6-7? I think they're 6-7 right now. Panthers are 5-8. Panthers might be better than the Buccaneers because they have a better defense. J.C. Horn, Jeremy Chin, all those guys are playing elite football on the defensive side of the ball right now. They just need this offense to be decent, don't lose them the game, and they can make the postseason. They just got to beat the Buccaneers one more time, who are not playing great. Give the ball to my guy DJ Moore, though. Respect DJ Moore. Okay, never mind. That was a perfect playmaker. I don't know how that just happened. That should have been a touchdown all day. Here comes DJ Moore, though. DJ Moore. Catch it in stride. Can't stay on his feet, but a big pickup right there. Our first pick of the entire video. I don't know if I blame Sam Darnold or myself right there. I don't know whose fault it was. We have Dante Foreman wide open. I don't think Dante Foreman ever catches passes, but that's why it's Madden. This is an ugly offense in New England. But what do you expect with Matt Patricia, a defensive coordinator, when he was the... Nelson Aguilar just said, "Get off me." We're going to have to go to the replay. This is why we play arcade mode sometimes, because that is what you see when you play arcade mode. That was the nastiest stiff arm I think I've ever seen in Madden. But Matt Patricia, a defensive coordinator who did not do good with the Detroit Lions when he was a head coach. Watch this in real time here. Aguilar, get off me. But he wasn't good with the Detroit Lions as a head coach. Now he's calling the plays. What do you expect from Mac Jones? He has no help. Like I asked about Aaron Rodgers earlier. Now we have Derek Carr and the Raiders. Devontae Adams, I mean, do they want to guard him on that route? But will Derek Carr be the starting QB? Let's juke him out. Oh, I want to try to juke. And he still stays on his feet. Will Derek Carr be the QB for the Raiders next year? I think it'd be weird if they got Devontae. Devontae really wanted to come to this team because him and Carr played in college. But I'd be shocked, honestly, for them to get rid of Derek Carr after one season with Adams and Carr together. Because Adams is playing good still with Carr. They just have to fix some things up. They haven't had Waller basically all season. Same thing for Hunter Renfrow. So who knows what this team would look like with all their weapons on offense. Because it really is just double team Adams. Matt Collins is pretty good, but they don't have nearly enough weapons. They didn't even want him a second on the depth chart behind Sam Darnold and PJ Walker. So he goes to LA and wins his first game. You can't make this up. It's like a story. The NFL must be scripted. If you don't think the NFL is scripted, I don't know what to tell you. Because sometimes like this, it's absolutely crazy. Let's see. Baker, play action. We got a wide open touchdown right there. Will we see Baker Mayfield next year for the Rams? Is Matthew Stafford coming back? For the Ravens, Lamar's obviously the starter. We're just waiting for him to get healthy. So once he's healthy, he's obviously the starter. Who would you say right there? Marcus Robinson. Lamar Jackson, honestly, just needs more weapons, man. Bateman got injured. That definitely doesn't help. But besides Mark Andrews, I mean, they have Deshaun Jackson coming back. I even know Deshaun Jackson wasn't retired before he came back for the Ravens. But that's a nice dot right there for Duvernay. Next up, it's the New Orleans Saints. We have Andy Dalton, and watch this, Saints fans. Look how easy it is. Little angle route, Alvin Kamara. I never know how to say his last name correctly. Feel free to let me know about that in the comments down below. But why are they doing this? This is what they're doing with Alvin Kamara. I just have to do it. I'm not mad because I lost my fantasy matchup. Here, Kamara, run 1 yard up the middle. Then bring in the backup running back. Why do they do that? Why are they not using Alvin Kamara to all of his potential? One of the best pass-catching backs in a long time. He catches that. That should have been picked. Let me put my fantasy troubles aside for this. Let's get this touchdown. Who can we hit right here? We got Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry's playing decent for the Saints, but Chris Olave is definitely the superstar in the making for this Saints team. I don't know if Michael Thomas is ever coming back at this point. When was the last time MT played a full healthy season? Like 2019? It's been a long time for MT. So Chris Olave, though, is an absolute stud. He could win Offensive Player of the Year, or Offensive Rookie of the Year, I should say. Geno Smith. Regardless if they make the postseason or not, if you're a Seattle fan, you're not happy what you saw this season, Tyler Lockett, you got to catch that. I don't know what just happened right there. But if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan and you're not happy about how Geno Smith played this year, I don't know what to tell you. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the NFL on everybody's power rankings coming into the season. Tyler Lockett, though, is having an underrated season, too. No reason why he shouldn't have been tackled right there, but he takes one all the way to the house. I would like to see Seattle get in, though. And since I talked about getting Deontay a touchdown, why don't I just take matters into my own hands? Deontay. Get out there, Deontay Johnson in the end zone. There it is. We have 3 teams left. We have the Houston Texans, and it's anybody's guess. Who's the starter for this team? Is it Davis Mills? Is it Kyle Allen? Is it Jeff Driscoll? I'm just going to go with Davis Mills. It's anybody's guess. It really is anybody's guess who's the starter for this team. Maybe if you're a Texans fan in the comments, please let me know, because I have no clue who the starter is for this team. Brandon Cooks. Nice, Brandon Cooks. Good pass. Ryan Tannehill still for the Tennessee Titans. I know some people thought that Malik Willis might take his spot as a starting QB for this team by the end of this season. Traylon Burks been playing really good. I know he got concussed a few weeks ago, so speedy recovery hopefully for Traylon Burks. Hopefully he comes back soon. He is looking like a stud young receiver in his own right. But Ryan Tannehill plays pretty consistent for this Titans team. He plays their scheme correctly. Just give the ball to Derrick Henry, use the play action pass, and hit those tight ends as well. But Ryan Tannehill, pretty solid QB. Can't really complain. I would say he's middle of the pack, probably about that 16 to 20 range in terms of QBs in the league. He's not going to win you a lot of games, but he's not going to lose you a lot of games either. But let's see if he can get this touchdown for us. You know what? Run this. Go, Ryan. Get a block. Ryan Tannehill. He can do that too. I don't know what to say about the Vikings. Obviously, I'm a big Justin Jefferson fan. He carried my fantasy team all year. Love watching the gritty on Sundays. We got Dalvin Cook out of the backfield. Kirk Cousins plays really good sometimes, but sometimes he makes some throws like, what are you doing, Kirk Cousins? But they're going to be a very good playoff team. They do have a chance to make the NFC Championship. Their roster is still solid. Honestly, their defense is kind of their issue right now. Their offense is really, really good with Jefferson, Thielen, Cook. Osborne's pretty good. TJ Hawkinson. They just got to get that defense going. If they can do that, they can make some plays in the playoffs. They're going to get one home playoff game for sure. You know what we're getting? We're getting one last gritty to end it off. Who else but Justin Jefferson from Kirk Cousins? That's going to do it for the video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. In the comments down below, let me know what challenge, what video do you want to see next. Peace.